Alright, so we have been playing around with bulbs, batteries, the squishy circuits kits, and we found 4 different ways, you found 4 different ways to light the bulb with 1 battery and 1 wire. You probably came up with these 4. So battery, plus, minus, and then you could put the bulb here, and then like that, or you could do this, put the bulb here. You could also turn the bulb sideways. So battery, and there we go. And then down to there. The last one would be what? Plus minus sideways bulb down here. So you can reverse the battery, reverse the bulb, because all electrical devices have 2 ends. Gotta have going in, gotta have going out. Now, instead of drawing this sort of thing all the time, what we end up doing is using schematics. A circuit diagram doesn't actually picture batteries like this. It uses a schematic of a battery. So the basic symbols that you need to know, the battery, let me see if I can get a better marker. So a battery, oh yeah, this is given a symbol like this. A long line, a short line, and then these are the terminals. These are where the wires hook up to the battery. And the positive terminal is always the longer one. So sometimes the plus minus is shown on a battery, sometimes it isn't. A bulb, we've talked about a bulb as a resistor to the flow of charge. It resists the flow of electricity. And so we actually can talk about resistors like this. So we can do a resistor, and in real life it's this long skinny cylinder with some colored bars on it. We can also talk about a bulb as a bulb, and what I do for bulbs is something like that, where we have the electricity that comes in, it goes through the curly filament and then goes out, and then there's, I don't know, the glass around it, something. So those are some very basic bulb battery schematics. Other things, you can have a switch. Sometimes it's shown like this, sometimes it's shown with some terminals like that. And what that is it's just a knife switch where, oh boy, how do I draw that? You have a handle and a hinge, and you can connect up wires. So there's terminals like this, and then you can pop this down to make a complete path of conductors. You can put it up to create an open circuit. And so switch, often done something like that. What else do you need to know? That's actually good enough for now. So that's just a quick introduction to the schematic mode. What I recommend you do is you go into the simulator, the FET simulator, the circuit construction, DC circuit construction I think it is, and there's a picture of like a light bulb or a battery, and then there's a picture of, I think it's a battery symbol. You can swap back and forth between lifelike mode and schematic mode. So make a circuit in lifelike mode, see what it looks like in schematic mode. Try making something in schematic mode, switching it to lifelike mode, and just get comfortable going back and forth. The cool thing about the schematics is the basic 1 battery, 1 bulb. So I have a battery, and I'm gonna connect it up to a single bulb. So this is actually the way we would draw the schematic for all 4 of these arrangements, because all 4 of those arrangements are electrically the same. we have a battery, we have a bulb, and then they are hooked up with wires. So simplifying the circuit pictures to a circuit diagram means that there's a lot of extra information that is not really necessary gets cleaned up. It's much simpler, it's cleaner, and it doesn't matter which way you hook the circuit up. It's going to be a single bulb, single battery circuit. Another nice thing about the schematics is with parallel circuits. So a parallel circuit with 2 bulbs and a single battery would look like this, where each bulb has its own path to the battery. So this bulb has its own path, this bulb has its own path. And there are multiple ways you can hook up a circuit in real life with 2 bulbs, a bunch of wires, and a battery. But so long as your basic connections all match up with a parallel circuit, it doesn't matter which variety of wire connections you chose, it's all going to do the same thing. So that is a quick introduction to circuit diagrams or schematics.